Hi, and welcome to Rewire the Mind, and today's topic is holistic living and how it can improve your mental health. Have you actually even heard of holistic living? I know that most of my clients haven't, which is why I love to educate them on how living a holistic lifestyle can have a profound impact on their physical and their mental health. So when I first get a call or an email from someone with a psychological problem, I know that they'll spend quite a time with me talking about what they think is their problem. So they might tell me about panic attacks or feeling anxiety, problems sleeping and so on. But what they don't actually think to tell me is everything else that's going on in their life as well. People just want me to deal with that one area that's causing them the problem. But what they don't understand is that how they feel psychologically, mentally, and so forth depends on a multitude of factors. If some of these are off balance, it's going to cause psychological problems. So my job is to show them that by looking at a bigger picture and getting their life back into balance, it can have a more profound impact on their well-being. So what exactly does holistic mean? Well, in psychological terms, it means looking at the whole rather than the individual parts. Where your psychological health is concerned, yes, we need to look at mental health issues, but we also need to look at social factors as well. Treating just the symptoms is often not enough to see significant changes in our clients without us looking at other aspects of their life as well. So I'm going to illustrate this, and let's imagine a person came to see me with a problem with anxiety. If I didn't ask them what else was going on in their life, we'd probably just work on stress reduction and hope that was sufficient to reduce the problem. If there was no change, we might assume that therapy hadn't worked and we'd send them somewhere else for help. But let's have a look now if we take a bigger viewpoint on the whole picture. I normally do an extensive sort of assessment. So we find out that maybe they've got problems sleeping and that they've been working 14 hours a day and they like to go out late at the weekend and maybe drink too much. And as I start to question, you're starting to see a bigger picture here. Stress reduction in this case isn't going to solve that anxiety if the person still wants to work 14-hour days and drinks too much. We need to help our clients embrace that holistic living and start to change the other parts of their life as well, and then work on the stress reduction as part of that. When you choose to do holistic lifestyle adoption, then you're going to find that the anxiety is more likely to melt away and stay away. If you want to look after your mental and your physical health, then having a holistic lifestyle is quite important. It means breaking down aspects of your life and creating a better balance in all the constituent parts. You don't have to aim for perfectionism, but you should try and make sure that as many areas of your life are operating at, let's say, in the top 80-90% of where they should be. And you've got to realise that if one area does get out of balance, it can be easy for it to knock all the others out of place as well. So as an example, if your sleep's not working well, then that creates knock-on problems. You start to become more irritable and tired, your anxiety and stress levels rise, and you don't perform at your best. And that means you start to maybe lack energy, and that lack of energy makes you eat more sugary foods, and that causes you to put on weight. Then at night, you might start drinking too much to try and switch off your mind, and that gives you the worst kind of sleep, which causes more problems, and on it goes. The one issue now, as you can see with your sleep, has caused a big problem in 4 or 5 other areas of your life. This is why looking at the whole is important, because if we just looked at one of those areas, that wouldn't be enough, again, to solve the problem. So if you want to embrace holistic living, then where should you start? Well, here are some of the areas that you could look at if you're going to take a more holistic approach to sort of your physical and your mental health. So we can start with exercise. It's obvious, in order to keep your body in the best condition that it can be in, you need to move it regularly. That means taking walks or going on bike rides, heading to the gym, swimming, dancing, so on. You don't need to overdo it and run marathons, but you do need to try and keep your body working as well as you can. Exercise is also a proven way of reducing mental health problems. And then you've got to think about food. Feed your mind, feed your body, and so on and so forth. Fill yourself with fatty processed junk food and it's going to have an impact on how you feel. You're going to put on weight, you're going to feel tired and be sluggish, and generally you're not going to feel your best. But if you eat fresh ingredients and you cook your meals from scratch, you're probably going to feel more energetic and your weight won't go on so easily. Then think about your stress. Too much of the wrong kind of stress is not good for you, full stop. Make sure you have downtime in your life to relax because it is essential for your mental well-being. And one of the easiest ways that we do for our clients to help them switch off is with self-hypnosis for relaxation and stress reduction. We tend to give our clients a download. I'll put the link at the bottom of this video, so if anyone's interested in getting it from the shop, you can. We've also got sleep. An average adult needs somewhere between 7 to 9 hours sleep a night, but many people try and survive on much less than that, especially during the working week. Getting a good night's sleep is essential as part of your holistic living and lifestyle, as when you're not sleeping well, it impacts so much else. We can think about things like social media usage. This is relatively recent phenomenon, really, where people are spending way too much time on social media. Apart from obvious issues with the screens creating problems with our sleep patterns, it can have an impact on your mental well-being. Because we look at others' glamorous lifestyles and ours may not seem to match up, and that causes feelings of jealousy, anxiety, depression. And then there are trolls and vicious comments deliberately designed to hurt you. So limiting social media usage is important. And then of course work. Well, that's a huge part of our lives. So it's important to find a job that you love. Otherwise, every day when you head into your job, you're going to feel miserable. Work is important, but never allow it to take up every waking hour of your day. Remember, work-life balance is also key. And then we have social life. You need to have friends, and having a laugh is something that does wonders for your mental health. And having people who are supportive and caring and make you smile can make a big difference in the way that you feel. We've got emotions. It means listening to your emotional needs. So if you feel angry, then you need to find a way to resolve that feeling. If you're feeling sad, then what can you do to make yourself feel happier? When you choose to ignore that emotional side of your character and try and bury it, it causes problems like anxiety, depression, and mental health issues. And then we've got alcohol and drugs. Obviously, if you're using those to make yourself better, then you're simply putting a sticking plaster over your problems. You're using them as a coping mechanism for deeper emotional issues. And if that's you, seek help. Find a way to curb these things. Maybe you need therapy or psychological support to make a difference in those cases. And don't forget, you need a purpose, your spiritual side. Finding a purpose in life also changes how you feel. It doesn't have to be related to religion, it's just finding a way of life that makes your spirit soar inside. Maybe giving back to the local community, helping save the planet, looking after animals. Find something that hits the spot to make yourself feel better. Holistic wellness does not have to mean living a hippie lifestyle. It means taking care of all the parts of your life to make sure that you're working at your absolute best. Now, of course, that's easier said than done for many people, and I understand that. We all struggle with certain areas in our life and might need some help to get back that wonderful feeling of balance that we need. And that's where people like myself, a therapist, can help. We help you to look at the symptoms and to discuss every aspect of your life and ask whether it's working for you or not. And then we can try and help you facilitate positive change. I mean, I spend a good portion of my life helping my clients to see the bigger picture. And when you see how your life is impacted by so many other factors, it becomes easier to work on yourself. And the amazing thing is, when you do this, the symptoms from your original problem can start to disappear, but you also might see other positive changes as well. Now, I know that if you need some help with therapy or would like some more information on holistic living and other positive health and mental health benefits, go to our website, rewirethemind.com, and you'll find blogs and worksheets, downloads, therapy info, and much, much more to help you create a holistic lifestyle and also to improve your mental well-being.